course, the FCA meant so much to Coach Landry as well. Tom Landry stood for excellence and integrity, both on the field and off it. This award pays tribute to Coach Landry, honoring the high school football players for both their play on the field and their leadership off it, babe.
All right, and we are honoring 5 of the top high school football players today in North Texas, but this year we're also paying tribute to a high school football coach. This season, the Capel Cowboys reeled off 12 straight victories, and we're at the top of the state Class 5A rankings throughout the year. Much of what the Cowboys accomplished this season came in the aftermath of the tragic death of senior captain Jacob Logan. Jacob was a two-way player, a safety and receiver, and one of the top players in the state of Texas. He was also an inspirational and spiritual leader on the team. That was a tragedy that no team should have to endure, but through it all, there was a man of great faith who led the way. It was Capel head coach Joe McBride who demonstrated the same kind of character and faith Coach Landry was known for. Under very difficult circumstances, the Cowboys not only persevered, they excelled. And tonight, we present our first Landry Award Coach of the Year honor. Please welcome, from the Capel Cowboys, head coach Joe McBride. And Coach McBride, we appreciate you being here today. And I just have to ask you, with the events that the Cowboys had this past weekend, were you ready to call Jason Garrett and give him a little advice on how to deal with that?
Well, it certainly hit home with me, and
Yeah.
I know a lot of our community. It's a catastrophic thing to go through, and I really my heart went out to him. Said a lot of prayers for him.
How do you balance also when you have a situation like that between being respectful of the situation and yet knowing your season goes on, your coaching goes on,
Right.
your job goes on?
Well, the first thing I did was immediately start thinking about how to move on, and then you have to deal with a lot of guilt because you really don't want to. You want to hit pause because football becomes real insignificant at that time. And so, there's a lot of eyes looking at you and a lot of people leaning on you to move forward and try to keep going what you've got going. And you want to honor a great kid like Jacob and play like we had with him. And so there's not a recipe for it. You just grind and you lean on your Savior and your teammates and your assistants and you all kind of just hold tight and get through it.
You know, you have such a strong community there in Capel as well. And I was so impressed 2 years ago. We had one of your former players, Cam McDaniel, whose brother, Gavin McDaniel, is one of your players on the team this year. The faith that Cam McDaniel has, and you see it throughout your team, I don't think you could have gotten through this without that kind of spiritual faith.
Right. And it's a credit to a great community that loves all the kids, no matter how good they are, and to an administration that supports and loves their coaches and their staff. And ultimately, it just lies in the body of kids that dress out in those 4 walls every day. And, us coaches, everybody says we did so much for them, but it was really those kids that looked at us and bared us up and gave us hope and strength through all that.
It was a great season for the Capel Cowboys.
Well, I appreciate it.
And Coach, we appreciate you joining us tonight here. Our our inaugural winner of the Tom Landry Coaching Award. Please welcome again, Joe McBride. Thank you, Coach.
Thank you. I appreciate it.